all you happy people. Little rays of sunshine. As you can see, we don't have any sunshine here, just clouds and snow, but it is getting colder, so we're pretty happy about that. Got a little kimchi action going on here. Gonna cut some trees here on this hillside, on this bank. Gonna get whatever I can get with this, and then we'll get the balance with the chainsaw down the hills here. I'll show you later what we're going to do there. I actually got an order for some pine scrag, so that's kind of good news. Get rid of some of this stuff. Wasn't going to cut it, but now that I got a market for it, I'll cut a few of the bigger ones. We'll take it down to 8 inch, so that piece right there for 16 feet or so will make a piece of scrag. Let's pull the top off here, because I can't get rid of the pulpwood anyway. Not that that's a big waste. Not that that's a big loss, you know. That's pretty crappy right there. The little eastern white pine. I had a guy out in Bill Hall. Hey, welcome, Bill. Thank you for dropping by. Him and I think Jim Carpenter. There's quite a few guys asking some real good questions about species that we cut here in Pennsylvania, and you know, some really good questions. One guy asked why the logs were kind of set out in the mud on that sawmill video, Matson video. So I explained that's how they lay them out and scale them. They'll lay them out, scale them up, and then they stack them all, put them away, like via species, you know. Each pile, they'll stack them and then put them all in their own separate pile at the mill for different species and whatnot. So, if I can get a double or not, let's try it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I just don't want to put it on have the tree drop on my bar. Look at that, huh? Pretty damn snazzy. Hope you guys can see this. Getting better on old Kimmy. Whenever you grab these doubles like this, they pinch up. That's what happens there. That's why. It's the same with my grapple saw. If you grab two of them, they'll bind, and then you gotta play with them, release the pressure, and clamp them again, and usually you get them to work. Throw these on there, Butcher? You think you get enough of that?
You put them on and make them on that pine there.
Start another one. I take it down to 8 too if it's pretty fair, you know, as long as it's fairly straight. They're out, so they need wood. They won't complain much on me, you know, as long as it's decent straight, you know.
Yeah, I've been taking some up and down
If this weather keeps up, it might frig around, freeze up a little, Butcher Man, huh?
Going through for a while, I looked at the weather there. It's going to be in the teens and 20s and 30s in a day for a while now.
Amen. Amen. Boy, we need her. I kind of had that. I didn't plan on throwing them all together, so I kind of made them a little bit of a mess. You gotta dick around with it and roll around a bucket to stay in because he's going quite a ways with it. So. It's shorter if we go through the swamp in the middle, but it's just bottomless. So we cut this. We needed a road around this high wall anyway to get the logs. So it got us up out of the swamp for now. So we're going an extra probably 700 or 800 feet or more, but I don't care. It's better than hogging through that freaking mess down there. So. Oh, whatever. Tis what it is, man. Yes. I gotta tighten up my chain here pretty quickly. Well, we've got a real nice response.
Yeah, Goldwater, he was here early this morning. He didn't want to come back. Mike said, I talked to Mike. Mike said over to my wall.
Raji. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't care about the butts on these stupid junk pulpwood trees, but I don't want to wreck my bar. But that works. Just gotta finesse it a little. Yeah, I'm on. Let's see what else I can get. A couple of maple. Maybe I'll leave that. I'm trying to leave a couple of maple and oak in here, so if it does anything, it'll help regenerate some maple and oak. There's nothing really very good in here.
Little hands on his way back with the dozer or two.
Ah, 10 volt. This is just all, like I said in some of the other videos, this is all just basically overgrowth. Oh, it's full strip. That's where all these dips and valleys come from. They just hoed it out and left it, you know. So, but anyway, let's see if I can get over here and get some of these. Yes. These little juts, these little short juts and stuff. You can, if you watch what you're doing, you can poke your way into a wall. You can't always get, you know, with a dangle head like this, you can't always get them exactly where you want them. So, but you can do this. You know, you can grab them. That's not much good above that for wood, so I'll just get rid of that top. You know, that's. I mean, our big machine with the it's a 22. Can't remember what it is, B or something, Quadco hot saw. It's got a 360 wrist, but that's a hell of a lot of machine to be twisting around. It's slow, you know. I mean, it's just better for dropping them and throwing them in a freaking heap, you know. So, but this thing here is pretty handy for doing this type of stuff. Although now that, if I had the big machine here, that's on a big state forest job out in Venezuela. That's one of the reasons why we haven't been working out there at all. We shut that job down, so the DCNR, you know, basically the equivalent of your, you know, like Alex out there deals with the Bureau of Land Management. That's federal, but same thing in state property. They don't want you to mess it up, you know, which is fine. I mean, I understand, but I think they get a little carried away. But those guys are actually pretty good to work with. They use common sense, you know. As long as we're just messing up the main road, they don't mind too much. You got to fix everything. So those out there, you know, you laymen that don't log and don't, you know, you're wondering why are them guys messing up the ground, and then we fix it all. You know, I mean, we, like you see the ruts on this, on this job we're doing. I mean, we'll fix those. We'll take the excavator and dozer, and we close them all back up. And then, you know, by summertime, by the time, you know, the growing season starts again, we get in here and close them roads up. And literally, this whole job, I'll bet you I won't have a day in cleanup on this job. So if it costs me $1,000 to clean up the job, you know, it's well worth it to me, because like I said, we need to eat, you know, and we're all contractors, so nobody can get unemployment, you know, so you know, we need to keep busy. So that's what we do, and I'd much rather keep my guys busy and, you know, keep wood going than sit around and starve to death. You know, the payments don't stop, and the insurance doesn't stop, and the, you know, fuel bills don't stop, and, you know, but we're supposed to just stop our income stream because of the weather. Well, you know, whatever. I didn't make the weather. That's not my. I don't want to sound terrible, but it ain't really my problem. I can't control, you know, 14 days of rain. You know, all I know is it kills us because we just can't. You know, can't sit around and do nothing for 2 weeks. So whatever. We look for jobs that we can work. My buddy owns this. He understands. He's a contractor all his life. You know, he's all right as long as we fix it. He's fine with it. He wanted roads all through this for his, him and his boys hunt it. And it'll be fantastic hunt. As soon as this bottom over here falls out, greens up, you know, it'll just be the best hunting since sliced bread, you know. I can sit up on that ridge and look across that thing, it'll be awesome. Put a couple of blinds up, a couple of shooting shacks. Buddy. Yes, sir. It'll be like deer heaven. No doubt. Get down into that pretty old spoiled dirt. I think I am. I got down there hoping it'd dull a damn thing. Yeah, I must have hit a freaking rock. Come on. Yeah, that first cut, I was really low on it. I probably tripped up the chain a little bit. I want this thing. I want it out of the way. I'll get whatever I can get, right, chap? Then I was going to start cutting this shit on the steep bank. What I'll try and do is get everything below where we're going to dump the wood. I'll get everything I can out of the way. Then he'll go along, just dump them down off of the hill with the chainsaw. Crap. That's it. Dang buttons on this thing. Like I'm some kind of a retard at the Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, I boogered that up anyway. I'll take it. Told him he probably should have just flat cut it. He said, leave a couple of little hardwood trees around. I said, alright, we'll do. You know, people don't like clear cuts, but I'll tell you what. They're a very effective tool. I mean, they really are. They're the best way to grow wood, to be honest with you. Just leave a few, you know, and that's an uncertain. I'm not saying every piece needs to be clear cut. You know, I'm not saying that. But when you've got pieces that have been high graded, which is exactly what this is, I mean, we took what was left of the high grade dogs out of here, which is all right. They're ready to harvest. You know, no biggie. No wrong in that. Prices are good. You want to get your resource, right? But the problem is, when you cut all your high grade out and don't clean up all this trash, all you're gonna have left is trash. So my advice to people is, if you're gonna cut it, do it. Get it over with. You know? Makes a lot more sense to me. You at least give the good stuff a chance. Like I've said 100 million times, good stuff needs sunlight. So if you leave the shade of all this trash, all it's gonna do is make more trash. That makes sense, don't it? Just like a garden. But anyway. I'm starting to get a little bit more fluid on these controls. Pretty happy with little Kimmy. She does a good job. God dang it, why is that gotta do that? I hate it when that happens. This is the one thing you don't deal with so much with a hot saw buncher. You know, I mean, you don't deal with this individual stick stuff. You'd have 4 or 5 sticks in one shot and dump them, and then go get 4 or 5 more and dump them, and you gotta drag. You're dragging stuff around like this, it's a little more dicking around, but it's alright. I can still cut a lot of wood with this thing. That's about all I'm going to be able to get up here. We'll use that hideous maple for crappie tree. Quake. There's a little red oak. We'll leave him. Black oak. We'll leave him. I'll get that shitty little white pine out of here. Alright, well folks, I'll try and make another one later. Good, ta-ta for now.